Hi, it's Marlene from The Sharing Light. Welcome to Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. I am outside on this beautiful chilly day. It is absolutely beautiful out today. And I plan on being out here with nature all day, as long as I can. It's beautiful out. I hope you have spent some time outside today, if you can. Even if it's raining, go for a walk, get out for a little bit. So I received a really cool message today from the card that I drew. This one fell out of the deck, and it says, "Bells will ring." And I looked at it for quite a while, and then my heart started speaking to me. Some of you have expressed a challenge in how to hear the messages, in knowing what you're hearing is what your heart is trying to say to you. An easy way to do it, it doesn't have to be complicated when you say, I'm going to meditate or I'm going to pray. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. I used to complicate it. I literally took classes when I first started, like, waking up to what more there was. And I took classes on how to meditate. And I laugh now because it really doesn't need to be a big deal. It's when your mind, when your creative side is on fire, that can be when you can connect. So, like, I used to make jewelry, and I would have my whole table filled with beads and wire and tools, and my kids would be running around, TV would be on, they'd be playing video games, whatever, and I would be sitting there creating jewelry, and I would start all of a sudden just having these feelings of knowing. These creative ideas were coming into my heart. And I mean, there were times where I was like literally communicating with the deceased loved ones of the people who I was creating the jewelry for, and that was a little alarming at first. I remember I was in the bathroom and I heard a voice say, "Wash your hands, dear," and I got really mad. She's telling me to wash my hands. I know. And it turned out it was the mother of the person I was making the jewelry for, because she just kept talking to me while I was there. And it wasn't that I was saying, "Oh, I want to connect with so and so," or "I want to do that." It wasn't. It was just, the muscle was relaxed, is the best way I can put it. And it was the creative light in me that helped attract that beautiful energy, that allowed me to explore the gifts that I have, that you can do as well. You could explore gifts that you have that way just by coloring, painting, sewing. If any of you are into like crocheting or anything like that, like anything that you're doing that is creative, that is like using that creative light inside of you, that is a time where you could also do the stillness, where you can just get your heart still. You can do it right before you start. Like, if you're going to start coloring, you're going to do the adult coloring book. Right before you start, just do your heart phrases. I am here. I am clear. I am love. Do that beforehand. And then just start coloring. And just let go. You step outside of yourself and allow the beautiful light that's inside of you to come front and center and speak through you. Make itself known. It's beautiful. It's an amazing, amazing way to connect. So I hope that is an easier way for you to be able to try that. We don't need to make it complicated or crazy, or I don't have time for that, or if you're sitting down reading a book, even same thing. If you're reading a book, your mind is on that book, but we all know that as we're reading the book there are other things kind of going on. So just kind of pay attention to that and tune into it. Okay, I am going to read to you what I wrote right before I tuned into this beautiful card. Couple deep breaths. I am love. I am light. I am present in this moment. I am awake. I am clear. I am aware. I am love. I am light. I am present in this moment. I am awake. I am clear. I am aware. I am grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, then I pulled this card. I take the cards and I hold them to my heart. I shuffle them and then I ask if it can be obvious, and this one fell right out of the deck right at me. So this is the message that we are all to hear today. It is bells will ring. Beautiful image. And this is the message that I received for us today. Bells will ring. A new dawn is happening. The sun is rising. It's getting brighter. Brighter as more turn inward and realize the love that is within. Keep steady. Do not falter. Patience and perseverance are needed and required of you now. When the time comes, you will know. But until then, strengthen your channel, strengthen your connection, strengthen your ability to tune within. This precious gift is for all of us right now. The world is still. There is nowhere to go. You are safe. You are loved. You are free to explore the inner beauty of your soul, of your light. Go inward. Continue to pray, to self-love, to self-care. Brighten and strengthen your light. Feel the difference between the dreamer and the awakened. Open your eyes. When you can see all of everything with loving eyes and feel the power of the love emanating from your heart, you are awake, not dreaming. Be this now. Goosebumps again. I love the messages I receive when I sit down and I just write. I hope you feel it too. Where the part where it says to strengthen your channel, to strengthen your connection, to strengthen your ability to tune within. That comes with practice. That again is the muscle I'm talking about. The more you tune in, the stronger it gets. I am proof of that. When I started doing this, I had been doing it a little bit. I'm going to be completely honest. I wasn't doing it all the time. I didn't have time. I was busy with my kids doing this, doing that. I just didn't make the time. And I've realized that the way my schedule is, for me, mornings are challenging. I mentioned this in the video yesterday. And at night is the time that I can really sit. And I notice my body will not let me sit there for very long. I'll watch like one episode with my husband of Star Trek or something, and then I'll feel like I need to go lay down. I'll start to feel like kind of like a dizzy feeling. But for me, that is my way of knowing that it's time. There are messages for me that this is the time for me to go and sit. So for me, in the evening, when the dogs are quiet, when the house is quiet, when everyone's kind of tired and just kind of checking out for the day, that is my time to connect with inside of me. And the more I did that in the evening, the more I started craving it. Now I get up first thing in the morning before anybody else, and I come sit outside if it's sunny, and I will just sit outside in the sunshine, bundled up under a blanket with a cup of tea, and just watch the birds, watch the bunnies, and just kind of watch the dew melting away off the trees. And I just sit here and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Today I offered some prayers, and I connected with some people in my life who I know are struggling. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful morning for me. And I feel like I'm being pulled to do this more. I'm fine-tuning that muscle that needs to be fine-tuned so that I can connect more easily. And that is something that you can do as well. Just practice, practice, practice. And don't think of it as a job. It's just a time to sit and be still and creative. And like I said, you don't need to make it a big production where you're like, oh, and you don't need to do that. If you want to, by all means, if that's your thing, go for it, but you don't have to. You can just be sitting there coloring and saying thank you, thank you, thank you as you're coloring. Let me know how that goes for you. I'd love to hear back on how you do, if you are sewing or making masks for people right now, or doing any of that. If you're doing any of that right now, and you decide, you want to let me know, feel free to let me know. Marlene, Marlene, at thesharinglight.com. You can email me and tell me how it goes. You can also write down in the comments. Please like this video and subscribe and share it with others so that we can get this word out. The more people that are doing this, that are connecting with their heart space, that are exercising their creative heart-light muscle, the more people that do this, the more it's just going to flow, and the faster things will evolve into the next place where we're going. And it is going to be perfect and beautiful, just like you. I love you. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.